Good morning and welcome to build day, dare I say it, 46. Last year it took us 47. The year before that it took us 43. And it was because of health issues last year and really a lot of health issues this year. There's no way in heck we're going to be done in 47 days. Oh, and look who we got here. Kaylee, a pretty little Kaylee. And where we're going to be at today, we got this mess to deal with. Straight water room for the next couple of days. It's going to take us at least 2 days to get this done, maybe 3. We are going to start here with the mermaid display. I got to get the fencing down. Everything needs to come out. Then we got to put the liner in, and then we got to go through and get everything set up in there. I've also got to figure out how I'm going to plug in the Leering skeleton. I've got an outlet up on top of the wall, I think, that has an open plug in it. I think. And I've got an open plug here, too, I could use. But I don't think my cord's long enough to reach that far. But we got to do that. I've also got to get the pump in for the dragons. Dragons are fountains. So we got to do that. And I know another place that needs liners is over here in Clown. Once I'm done with the water room, I got to get in here and get the liner in this and get its pump in and get its electrical ran. But when I get ready to do this one, I have another chore. The pump I use for putting water from the pond back into the barrel is also the same pump I use for Kaylee's pool to drain her pool, so I can clean it out. It's time to get that thing put away, and I've just been too damn busy to do it. It's about a 20-minute job. There's a lot of water in that thing. But I'm going to have to do that in order to finish the clown off, and I'm not worried about it now. But we are going to start here with the mermaid. Then we're going to move over to the pumping station. And we've got to do the same thing. We've got to take the fences down, get all the stuff out of there, get the liner in, and then I've got to finish putting the pumping station together and stuff. And it's just going to take a while. This one is the worst because of the water wall, and I save that for last. So it will be interesting. Let's see where we can get to today. I'm going to bring my clamp light over, even though it's broad daylight, and it's not too bad in here, light-wise. I want a little bit more light, so we'll bring my clamp light over and start getting to it. Let's see where we can get to. I'm hoping to get the mermaid and the pumping station done today. That will leave the water wall for tomorrow. And if I get both the pumping station and the mermaid done today and have time, I will get started on the water wall. There's no way in hell I'm going to get it finished. It's just too many things going on in that water wall one. But anyway, breakfast of the day. Cream cheese and strawberry crepes. We actually had that for dinner last night. It was just strawberry and whipped cream. But cream cheese would have been good in it too. So there's your breakfast of the day. I'm putting this down. And we are going to try getting to work for a change. Well, a little progress made. It's going on 1 o'clock. And we've got the liner in here. Everything is set up. We decided to leave the Leering skeleton unplugged this year. He will be a fountain. I've got his pump hooked up. In fact, his pump is right there. And the dragons have their pump also hooked up to them. I redid this over the winter. It's a totally different skeleton pose and everything. And the not windshield wiper motor, but reindeer motor. That was it. That I originally had in there that had been with the prop for years. It has been submerged a couple of times. And last year it got really submerged to the point where the barrel got ruined. And it ruined the motor. So I had to replace the motor. Instead of getting another reindeer motor, I had some smaller motors in storage. And I was like, okay, I'll just use one of those. Problem is, it doesn't want to work very well. It'll turn part way, catch, and swing back, catch, swing back, and then do its rotation this way, and then do the same thing going back this way. And I don't like that. So we're going to leave it unplugged, but we are going to have the fountain going on it. These guys are all set and ready to go. I have to find their leash and their collars. I think it's in with the floaty stuff. Okay. But other than that, they're done. The only thing I have left to do on this display is, one, add the water, obviously. And I've got to run power for both the pumps. And we're going to have the power supply over here somewhere to power all the water pumps. All the water pumps will be getting fed over into this area. I'm not exactly sure where I'm putting it yet. I won't know until after I get that pond done. Now, like I think I said, it's going on 1 o'clock. It's time for lunch. And then when we get back out here, we'll get the fences down, get all the stuff moved out, and we will start getting the liners into that pond. And getting that pond to this stage on this one. So we aren't doing too bad. And Kaylee wants me in the house. She knows it's lunchtime. But we'll get you a backup view, since this thing won't let me zoom out any further. But there you go. Mermaid Dragon, done. Okay, just finishing dinner. It's going on about 7 o'clock. I tried something new today. Spotify. It's like iTunes, what have you. It's what I use. I use Spotify. They had a feature on there I'd never tried before. It's called a jam session. And basically what it does is whatever playlist or what have you I am listening to, I can hit that and it puts a link to what I'm listening to, you know, up on, I did it on Facebook, and I shared it on 3 pages that the haunt community uses, you know, to post things Halloweeny and stuff. So the local people wouldn't have seen it. And God, there was several hours worth of music being played through that post. I am thinking I'm going to mess around with it a bit tomorrow, and I'm probably going to try doing another jam session, and I'll post it up on my personal page, and if I can, my haunt page, as well as the 3 Halloween pages I put it on. I'll see if it'll let me post it several different ways. So if anyone wants to hear music or scary stories or what have you, depends on what mood I'm in to listen, you know, for wanting to listen to. Hell, it might be an audiobook, you know, I don't know. You know, keep an eye on my page. If I do it, I'll start it in the morning. There will be several times during the day where it won't be active, you know, like during lunch or during dinner, or if I have to go run an errand or something like that. The jam session won't be working, but I will restart it when I get back out here into the haunt and I'm doing haunt building. And I'd like, you know, if you heard the jam session today, and I know Mike Allen did, and Corey, and I cannot pronounce his last name for the life of me right now. They liked the post. I'm assuming they were listening to it. Give me some feedback. What did you think? So, but anyway, before dinner, I have been all over the place, literally. We've been working in the water room. And as you can see, we got the pumping station for the most part together. I still have another fountain to wire up. But we got this done earlier. I've got the pumps wired up. I decided to make all my connections for all my pumps inside the pumping station. I'll show you that in a bit. But I got the wire, the power cord from the pump there and the pump for the Leering skeleton ran over, and it is connected over there. The head count camera out at the front gate, I also ran a power cord from that in here, and it's hooked up in there. As you can tell, I've got the projector working as well. Right before dinner, I was getting the pumps hooked up here, and there's another one over on the other side. And I got to get the wires ran in there and hooked up. I think what I'm going to do tonight, after I get those two pumps plugged in, I need to run a cord from my connection in there all the way over to the power box. I'm not going to plug it in quite yet because we don't have water in yet, and the pumps can burn themselves out if you don't have water. But I'm going to run the connection to power everything over to the power box. I also need to put a cord in from the water wall here for the pump there over to here, and I'll just put the cord in, that way I can plug it in when I get the pump in. I've also got a pump over in the clown area over there. I need to run a power cord from there all the way over to here. I'm going to get all my cords and stuff ran. That way I can get in here, and I've got a wiring mess all the way around the tent up here. And I need to get them zip tied and bundled and what have you. You know, it's part of doing the water room. It's something that's got to be done. So I'm going to get all my cords ran so I'm ready to go through and zip tie and bundle up all my cords. Everything's ran. I still have one more pump that goes for the fountain that goes there. I need to get a cord ran for that, so that's good to go as well, and then we can put that fountain on. What I'm shooting for is to have this totally wired up and ready to go, so I don't have to come back and do it later. I want to get it done now. So do that, and I can finish this off, and then we'll move over here to the water wall. I don't know if we're going to make it anywhere on the water wall tonight. This is taking a while. That's why I always say it's 2 to maybe 3 days just getting this display set up, especially with adding water. The nice thing is once I get the start filling the ponds, I can move on to stage 5. And while the ponds are filling, I can start stage 5. Get the rest of the projectors and what have you in. But that's what we're going to be working on tonight. I don't know if I'm going to do any more jamming tonight, but we'll have to wait and see. And hold on a second, I'm going to crawl into the pumping station. I'll give you a look at what I'm doing inside the pumping station. Okay, we're now inside the pumping station. Since this is going to be sitting over water, I'm sucking up all my cords, putting a screw in the wall, and zip tying the cords to the screw. That way they don't fall down in the water and kill somebody. This black line here is my power line for the power bar. And I've got 2 cords here. Let's see, which one is it? I think it's this one here. Goes out and does the head count camera up at the front entrance. This other one does the mermaid. Okay. And then I've got my projector, which is hooked up to trunk line 2. And I ran that line earlier too. So, I'm making connections. I'm getting somewhere. It's just, it takes time to run all the power lines. So, basically what I'm doing now. Eventually, anything that's going to go on the blow circuit, which is a circuit that we turn on that runs all day long, whether we're open or not, to keep the water circulating in all the ponds, will get plugged into here. And then I can control it with a power box up there at the front porch. But anyway, I'm going to get back to work, or I'm not going to get anything done. Well, it's going on 9:30. I'm just getting cleaned up. I got Kaylee out here being pushy. She wants to go do her truck. I figure I'll give you a look at what we've gotten done so far. Sorry, camera doesn't want to flip. There we go. And you saw this earlier, but I've got all the black lights on now. That corner over there is a mess, and it's going to stay a mess until we get the water wall done. But the pumping station enclosure is done. I still have to hook up the solenoids for the 2 water blasters to the air hose yet, and I got a brain board to put in over there yet, which won't get done until after the water wall's done. But I don't think it turned out all that bad. So there's your nighttime look. Now I'm going to finish getting cleaned up. I gotta get the set dresser out here to take a look at things. And then we got a truck to go park before the dog kills me. And then we'll be back with your end of the day wrap up. 9:39, and welcome to your end of the day wrap up. I pushed it, which means I'm going to have a late night with editing, which means I'm going to be very sleepy tomorrow. And we've got water wall to do tomorrow. Actually got quite a bit done. I've got 2 pumps in the mermaid display, 3 pumps in the pumping station, are all wired up. I got the multi-plug in and attached to the shelf so it won't slide off. And we got all the wiring bundled up and well away from the water, so nothing can fall into the water. The head count camera out at the entrance is also plugged into that circuit. That circuit is the only thing that's on during the day as well as at night. So since we're open during the day and I need the head count camera for that time period, we plug it into that circuit. I also ran a power cord over to the box clamp for its pump. It's plugged into the multi-plug, as well as a cord for the water wall, and it's plugged into the multi-cord. Plus I ran another cord from the multi-bar up here to the power station. It's just not plugged in yet. And Buddy's trying to open up the door. I can hear him scratching underneath of it, trying to hook it to open it. But, all the wiring's done. I got all the air hoses and stuff for the water blasters. Those are ran. I just need to plug them into the air hose, which I'll do when I get the control box in, because the control box runs both the water blasters and zombie bait, which doesn't go in until after the water wall is in. So, it's just, I got a lot of prep work done and a lot of things that need to get done. Sorry. Tomorrow, and it's going to take most of the day. Doing the liner probably won't take more than half hour at the most. By getting that water wall put together and hooked up and powered up, and that's going to take a while. That will definitely take a while. I'll probably get it all the way done. I should be able to get it all the way done tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Then Wednesday, we will get the water in, start putting water in, and while we're filling the ponds, I'll start on stage 5, getting the curtains up, the foggers, the bubblers, projectors, and everything up. I'm not sure in which order. I do know the curtains are going to be the first thing on stage 5 I do. And then I'll probably go through and get the projectors in, or try to. That way we can test them Wednesday night. It's either that or I'm testing it during VIP night. So either way works. But we are getting close. Real close to being done. We might just make it by the 24th. Though I think on the 24th, while we're open during the day, I'm still going to be out here doing some fine tuning and what have you, which I normally do during stage 5. So, it's hard to say. But tomorrow, it's water wall. I'm going to call it quits. I hope you liked the jam session if you were able to hear it. Keep an eye out sometime tomorrow. Either on my personal page or the Haunted Tents page if you're with the Halloween community and stuff. Haunters Hangout, Haunters Toolbox, and Northwest Haunters. And I'll try to get links up on that if I have the time. So, stay tuned, guys, and stay spooky. Stay toxic.